What did you notice? I want to highlight a few key moments from what you just watched, places where specific competencies showed up. Some of these I did consciously. Some emerged naturally from being present with Karen. Let's unpack what happened together. Before I share what I observed, I want you to pause and reflect on what stood out to you. Your observations are valuable. Trust what you noticed. Which of the ICF core competencies did you see in action? Were there moments where multiple competencies overlapped? What specific exchanges or questions caught your attention? What made those moments effective or memorable? Hold on to your observations. Now let me add mine. Here's one of the most important distinctions in that session. Karen's topic was the bead room project, a tangible thing she wanted to address. But Karen's goal, that was different. Her goal was to feel less stressed and have a plan that grounds her, the deeper need beneath the topic. And here's what I want you to notice. The goal emerged through exploration. It wasn't stated up front. This is often how real coaching works. The client's topic is not their goal. Most clients come in with a topic in mind. Part of the coaching process is to work with them to sort through their thoughts. Let's walk through the session agreement moments. I opened with, what would you like to focus on for coaching today? Creating space for Karen to set direction without assumption. Later I asked, how are you going to know that this plan we're putting in place is the right plan? Establishing concrete markers early. The goal was not prescribed. It was discovered together through curious questioning and deep listening. This demonstrates ICF Markers 3.06 and 3.07. The goal and focus emerged through exploration rather than prescription. The coach followed the client's lead. Now here's something critical about measures of success. Karen initially said, I will feel less stressed. That's vague, hard to measure. So I pushed further. How will you know? Requiring specificity, observable evidence, and then the stomach metaphor emerged, a physical, trackable measure she could actually notice and monitor. Where is your stomach going to be if your stress is where you want it to be? That's ICF Marker 3.08. Clear, observable measures of success. How will you know is essential. Push past vague feelings to observable, trackable indicators. Let me show you how single questions can demonstrate multiple competencies simultaneously. So what if you cannot get it all done? That directly challenges all or nothing thinking patterns that keep clients stuck. Sounds like you've lowered your expectation of yourself a little bit there. Holding an observation lightly while inviting Karen to explore further. Your husband makes you go. What else makes you go that we need to talk about? Moving beyond the obvious answer to uncover richer material beneath the surface. Each of these demonstrates presence, listening, challenging, and evoking awareness all at once. Let's talk about presence and listening. I was following the client, responding to what Karen actually said, not leading with my own agenda or preconceived notions about what she needed, noticing shifts. When she mentioned her husband, I noticed the shift in energy and leaned into that moment rather than staying on my planned path. Naming patterns. When she described avoidance patterns, I named it simply avoidance. Creating awareness through clear reflection and paying attention to physical cues. The stomach conversation only works because I was paying attention to how she expresses stress physically, not just verbally. Consider what Karen shared during this session. Conflict with her husband and relationship dynamics, her physical limitations and how they impact her plans. Her tendency to procrastinate and avoid challenging tasks. Personal fears about not completing what she starts. That's vulnerable content. The fact that she could share all of this without defense or self-protection. That tells you trust and safety were established. The space was safe enough for her to be honest about what was really going on. Now, let me be honest about what could have been different. I could have asked more about the husband dynamic. There was rich material there that we only touched on briefly. I could have slowed down at certain moments to give Karen more space to think and feel into her answers. No coaching session is perfect, and that's not the point. What matters most is this. Did Karen get what she needed from this part of the session? Stay humble about what you missed. Curiosity about what could have been different is the path to growth. So, what are the takeaways from what you just witnessed? Explore before landing. Topic is not the same as goal. Take time to explore before you settle on what the session is truly about. Demand concrete measures. How will you know? Is essential. Push past vague feelings to observable, trackable indicators of success. Competencies overlap. Multiple competencies operate in single moments when you're fully present and responding authentically to your client. And trust the process. Stay curious about what you might have missed. Reflection and humility fuel continuous improvement as a coach. That's the opening and agreement portion. Now let's continue with the same session. This time, watching how we move toward action and how the session closes.